Night. So welcome everybody for the second free workshop on the cybersecurity. It's good to see that we have already have 20 plus members joining us here this morning. So we'll give it another minute for folks to join. In the meanwhile, I would love to really hear from where you're taking this virtual Zoom session. If there are any new people joining today compared to yesterday, feel free to chat. Put it in the chat, please. Would love to know where are you from. Ishan, Titi, Arohi, let's warm up this session, everybody. Where are you guys from? Arohi is from Phoenix. Virginia, Ishan. Thank you. Phoenix folks, nice to see you guys. I'm from Phoenix as well. It's always good to be having folks joining from the same city. Pooja, Gaurav, especially the new folks that have joined today. Would love to hear from you guys. Hardik is from India. Thank you, Hardik, for staying late, especially on a Sunday evening to join us. Definitely, we'll make sure this will be a very useful session for you. Pennsylvania, very nice. This is pretty cool. Keep it coming, guys. Texas, New Zealand, nice. Tracy, I did not register that you were from New Zealand. Thank you for coming back. We would love to hear from users like you all who are returning and making use of these sessions. All right, 2 minutes past our session time. Let's get started. Again, welcome everybody. Those of you that have joined for the first time, this is a free workshop on cybersecurity. And we are partnered, when I say we, Grad Achiever is partnering with a very accomplished cybersecurity specialist here, Trupti. And as far as Grad Achiever is concerned, we will share the link here. But please, those of you that haven't registered, we request you to take time, register, and check out our platform. The intent why this particular platform was created was to provide a community or create a dedicated community, focused one, just to help the high school students and the parents to help out each other, leverage the resources to make their overall college application process a smoother journey. Right now, there is nothing out there. If we need any information, we'll have to follow several Facebook groups, several Insta groups. It is just endless and it feels like a rabbit hole. We'll have to remember what thread you were following, which users you are messaging and whatnot. So basically, Grad Achiever sort of extracts it and provides everything you need, right from being able to find a tutor, counselor, being able to plan your 4 years of high school, and then you could also be leveraging the UC calculators, and you'll be able to see a lot of events that get posted. And another important thing is tons and tons of volunteers, internship, and various scholarships are posted there periodically. So we really want you guys to, and we are insisting that you all register and actively use it, so that it's not just getting the information you are looking for, but you will also be able to help others in this journey by creating your own communities and smaller groups of discussion. With that said, and now I would like to just take a minute to talk about Trupti. We did talk about her yesterday. She's highly accomplished and has super deep passion about cybersecurity. She not only talks in various conferences and does educate and also mentor a lot of cybersecurity professionals, but she takes extra time to excite the high school students to consider and exercise this particular field, because there is so much more, and it's a recession proof field is what we call it. With that said, now on to you, Trupti.
Thank you, Kavita. First of all, audience, if you haven't registered to Grad Achievers platform, please do that. Yesterday, after learning about this wonderful platform, I made my teenager register, and he's already taking advantage of some of the resources. Second things, thank you very much to all of you for joining us on Father's Day. So, some of the parents who have joined, those who are fathers, sincere appreciation and kudos to all of you for taking time to learn about cybersecurity. And with that, let me begin the day two workshop. Kavita, please tell me if you can see the screen.
Yes. Thanks,
Okay,
Trupti.
excellent, excellent. All right. So once again, welcome everybody to the day two cybersecurity career and education workshop. Today, we are going to talk about security domains, different education paths. Yesterday, Pooja and Akshaya asked about, hey, what are the certifications or how should we go about doing cybersecurity internships and job search? So I will be covering that in depth. But those who couldn't attend yesterday's workshop, I'm going to give a quick 1 minute recap of what we did yesterday. So if you all recall, I talked a lot about, different types of industry, whether it is a hospital industry, banking industry, aviation industry, critical infrastructures which are there. We are seeing, rise of digitization in terms of, making software available to day-to-day person, consumer, as well as we are seeing heavy usage of artificial intelligence, large language model. What that means is we need to secure all of this. We need to secure the software. We need to secure consumers' online behavior. We need to secure our nation's critical infrastructure, banking, and whatnot. This means securing data, securing cloud, and securing all these components is what cybersecurity. And when we fail to not secure, what happens is different types of cyber attacks, different types of security incidents, and breaches. And we don't want that, right? It's very rare to find a single organization that has not suffered cybersecurity breach or attacks. These are just few names, and that is why cybersecurity is very important. Then yesterday I told that there are almost thousands of job available, and we don't have the right talented, skilled cybersecurity task force, and that was one of my reason why I wanted to introduce cybersecurity career and education path to high schoolers, so that as they progress through high school and start planning their college, if this stuff excites them, they can consider cybersecurity as a career path. And even if it doesn't excite them, let's say they want to go for, traditional software development type of job, or they want to become machine learning scientist, or, they want to do management information system, other areas, it's also important to learn cybersecurity, because cybersecurity is part of quality. So you don't have to become super specialized, but you can learn about cybersecurity and use that knowledge in your day-to-day function. Just to, give you guys insight, software developers who are trained on secure coding practices and those who can securely code, they can ask for 20% more, and they usually get higher pay than the regular software developers. Then yesterday we spent a lot of time talking about, different roles. If somebody wants to become a hacker versus a software security developer versus a leadership if they want to pursue leadership track like manager, director, CISOs. Broadly speaking, we discussed these different teams based on your personality, based on what you really like to do. Cybersecurity offers various venues. Red teaming is for them, those who want to do more of hacking and find security flaws in application network. Whereas blue teaming is for those who want to protect and work with developers or system engineers, network engineers. Green teaming, yellow teaming mainly involves a lot of software coding, development of security features products so that we can secure things at scale. And purple teaming is simply a combination of red and blue technique. Whereas white teaming is about management, compliance, agnostic. And if you guys guess what I'm doing right now, I'm doing orange teaming, which is facilitating interactions and education in cybersecurity. So those who are like diehard coaches, trainers who love to spread the word, create awareness about cybersecurity, there are multiple jobs. Definitely check out yesterday's workshop recording whenever grad achiever post on their website to know more in depth. But broadly speaking, we discuss some technical career tracks and some business career tracks, non-technical, some legal career tracks as part of cybersecurity. So today I won't be going in depth, and I will dive immediately into security domains now. Sounds good? All right, so let's talk about the very first most common traditional domain, which is network security. Back in early 2000, when I was about to graduate, the cybersecurity industry was very network security heavy. Network security is all about securing our networks, routers, switches, firewall, through which we get internet, right, at a high school level. We basically want to make sure that we want to prevent any unauthorized access or prevent any disruptions to the service. So pretty interesting field. Companies like Cisco, Juniper, and the Citrix, there are many more. They are the pioneers and leaders in this field. Cloud security. We all know around 15, 20 years back, cloud was invented. We brought the concept of cloud into practice. And nowadays, it's been very easy, not only for the large organization, but small businesses to spun up a website or have a quick IT infrastructure in cloud. So cloud security domain of information security is all about protecting your data, applications, workloads, and other infrastructure components, as well as customers' intellectual property, everything in cloud. Cloud has a different architecture than traditional data centers. We don't have to go there, but if you look at jobs, cloud security offers multiple job roles, and it's a specialized field in itself. Next one is identity and access management, perhaps the most important security domain in identity and access management, where your organization's infrastructure is in private data centers or in cloud, doesn't matter. It's all about making sure right people, right machines, right automation program have the right level of access. This particular domain is very important when we think about layered defense in depth approach, because we want to prevent breaches. And if you look at anatomy of a typical breach or security incident, somewhere the access is compromised, and then the attacker gets access to the wild west infrastructure, and they can do lateral movements and all. So very, very crucial domain. And if this excites you, you should totally consider becoming identity engineer, identity analyst, and whatnot. This path eventually lead to security architect positions. Applied cryptography, one of my favorite domain. I told you guys yesterday that when I was a eighth grader, ninth grader, and learned about World War I and World War II. That was my first time learning about cryptography. Cryptography is art and science of encryption and decryption for secure communication. So that was my first introduction, and it intrigued me so much that when I was high schooler, same as you guys age, I decided to become a cryptographer. I ended up becoming cybersecurity engineer, so that's a different story, but extremely important domain. And this domain is fundamental to implement all the security properties, which is confidentiality, authentication, integration. Somebody who is intrigued by this particular domain, they will learn about how to securely use different cryptographic algorithms, protocols. They will learn about public key infrastructure. So either you can consider taking a cryptography class during your bachelor's or master's. And if this is the stuff you want to do, you can even consider doing a doctorate in this field, because the world definitely needs more and more cryptographer. All right. The next domain is endpoint security. Now, let me explain you guys what is endpoint. Endpoints are basically our laptop, our mobile phones, or some other, edge data centers and whatnot. Those are endpoints. And why it is important to secure endpoints? Because many times attackers like to exploit the weakest link in cybersecurity ecosystem, and unfortunately, one of the weakest link is human. We are not always alert. Some of us tend to make mistake of clicking on links, instant gratification. We live in the era of instant gratification. We are not always cautious about checking who has sent us the email. Is that even a legitimate entity? So, a lot of phishing attacks and whatnot. Sometimes we download software or files that contains malware. So endpoint security is a separate domain in itself, and a lot of career options there if this is something excites you. And if you have any particular question, just feel free to, unmute and jump in. I don't have visibility into chat box. And Kavita, if you see multiple questions have gathered, feel free to read those out. Thank you. All right, now let's focus on the next domain, which is data security. Now, as I said, folks, in the beginning, we can find data in somebody's laptop, data could be in somebody's mobile phone, data could be in private data center, data could be, in cloud, data is everywhere. So when we take data-centric security approach, it becomes a separate domain in itself. And as part of data security engineering jobs, the engineers and data security analysts are tasked with making sure, data discovery. Where is my important data stored? Where is my not so important data stored? Important data could be, personal data, financial data like social security number, credit card numbers, or, healthcare information, your DNA, RNA data. All this is very sensitive data. So this is also a very interesting field. In fact, my open source project TrueNil, it has created a data security solution to protect DNA RNA data. If anybody wants to talk about it, please ping me offline. All right, so that was about data security. Let's move to product security. So last 18 years of my life, I have done product security. Out of all the domains that I narrated so far, this is my home domain. What is product security is basically all the newer software that developers are building, all the new features that product teams wants us to, push out to the market, all that futuristic development. We want to work proactively with engineering and development teams so that we make sure the architecture is secure, the design is secure, all the code that is written that does not have any vulnerabilities. So kind of roll out, secure code practices. Then the CI/CD pipeline, what it means is continuous integration and continuous delivery. So in most of the organization, there is a pipeline that is being used by developers to write code and then push it, test it, push it to production. It is known as CI/CD. So as part of product security, we have to make sure CI/CD pipeline is also secure. Then all the third-party software we use, because not every time we will write newer code, right, newer features. Sometimes we use third-party software, other vendors' software. So ensure that is also secure. So that's the field of product security, and why I love this particular domain the most, because it touches everything. It leverages knowledge from cryptography, it leverages knowledge from privacy engineering and other software security, as well as infrastructure security. And it's the most fun knowledge. And anybody wants to talk about it, please DM me later. All right, privacy engineering. So around 2017, 2018, when the world saw rise in GDPR protection and a lot of laws and privacy frameworks that took inspiration from GDPR, here in America or in India, Japan, Europe, um, privacy engineering suddenly became important. Privacy engineering is all about making sure all of our users' privacy, their data is well guarded. The compliance fines for violations are pretty hefty. Meta was fined with almost 5 billion. Amazon was slammed with 888 million of privacy violation fines. So under privacy engineering, which is kind of like a sister domain to data security, but here the focus is on what are consumers' choices about privacy, what data they want to allow access, what all data we can use for further analysis. And if the consumer wants to remove their data, we need to make sure the data access is removed, the data is permanently removed. So pretty interesting, very emerging field. 10 years back, privacy engineering did not exist. So a lot of jobs are available as privacy ops analyst, privacy of ops program manager, as well as privacy engineer. Next one is e-discovery and forensics. When I was at Johns Hopkins, I wanted to become a forensics expert. I spent a lot of time. I took a couple of forensics classes and published few paper also. This field is very interesting. Whenever cybercrime happens, forensic experts take a look at all the data, events, incidents. They analyze all the events to find out what is the root cause. They do a timeline analysis, just like a real life forensic investigator or detective. So pretty interesting field. And once we know the root cause, we try to contain the, uh, you know, um impact of the event to certain machines or piece of network. So very interesting field. This is a special, super specialized field in itself. So if you enjoy forensic type of work, digging deeper, this domain is for you. Next one is security operations. You can imagine some sort of, NSA type of environment where security analysts are equipped with all sort of cutting edge tooling to do threat monitoring and threat intelligence. The basic idea for security operations domain is we monitor proactively so that if we see any anomalies or something is about to go wrong, we can take next action and initiate incident response and whatnot. So this is also a field or domain in itself. Plenty of jobs are available. All right, the latest greatest AI ML security. So yesterday, I believe somebody asked me questions about how we can leverage AI ML for improving security, as well as what about the security of AI ML itself. So this is a very, very fascinating field. Lot of jobs are available. 3 years back, we did not have AI ML security engineering positions, but now we do. So because of the crazy increase in the usage of artificial intelligence, generative AI, large language models in pretty much all enterprise applications in the form of chatbots and co-pilots, as a security engineer, it is our duty to secure these AI ML models throughout the life cycle, secure the data, make sure it follows all the security best practices, privacy best practices, as well as most importantly, ensure the ethical use of AI ML. We definitely do not want attackers to poison the models or the data so that the AI ML models start splitting, bias opinions. So this has become, because this particular field requires in-depth knowledge of how machine learning models work, the pipeline, plus security knowledge. This has become the newest domain in cybersecurity. So those who are in college definitely consider taking both classes, AI ML as well as some security classes, and use your security knowledge to understand how you can protect the MLOps pipelines as well as applications which are built on top of it. Very interesting field. All right. Governance, risk, and compliance. I believe this is the last domain before our first poll for today. Governance, risk, and compliance is a very, very important field. It is not as technically deep as other domains, and especially those who have chops for policy, communication, those who have analytical mind. I highly recommend considering this particular domain. All other domains let us know what are the vulnerabilities or weakness. And this particular domain kind of teaches us how to measure that risk, how to prioritize the risk, what are the compliance per country out there, and how to apply those compliances to our cybersecurity practices and whatnot. So very, very important field. This particular department or domain is there in every single organization, and very, very crucial. So definitely explore, job profiles under GRC. Now, with that, I would like to launch the first poll. Thank you, Surbi. Please go ahead and let me know, out of the 10, 15 domains I just discussed with you, which domain you found exciting or which domain you like to follow. Is it data security, cloud security, product security, identity and access, SecOps, endpoint, or something else? All right, we have almost 35 folks responded. I'm going to end the poll now in 2 minutes and share the results with all of you. Okay, so let's see. The most popular domain is cloud security. I am not surprised. After that, identity and access. Very cool. And then security operations. Very cool. Well, thank you, folks, for participating in our first poll. Let's move on to the next one. Yesterday, you guys learned about different types of roles, technical business roles. Uh, Today, I talked about various domains of cybersecurity. Now, what is important is to learn about, hey, what are the different educational paths one can take to achieve, get started with a cybersecurity career in a particular domain. So I'm going to talk about that. First route is our classic education, four years of college degree, either in computer science, networking, information technology, information systems, with focus on cybersecurity. So 20 years back when I graduated, unfortunately, there were not many universities offering, but today hundreds of university offer a few classes in cybersecurity. So if you already have intentions to go get your computer science degree, information technology, networking, please take some of these classes, and that will be a very nice introduction to cybersecurity. Uh, as you all know, my bachelor's is in computer science, but I opted for master's degree from Johns Hopkins University in information security. Because I wanted to go really deep and get holistic understanding of all the domains, create a solid foundation. 20 years back as an immigrant student, that was needed for me because I didn't get enough information or knowledge about cybersecurity during my bachelor's. But today, unless you have research interests, I wouldn't recommend. I think bachelor's degree with few classes is a great start. But those who are passionate and want to learn more, master's degree as well as doctorate is okay to pursue. In fact, some of the domains are so tough that it takes more years to build that expertise to create your own, solutions and your own inventions. For example, cryptography. It's very common to see a lot of PhD co-workers in cryptography around you when you enter the industry. All right. Let's move on. Those who are not very keen on going to college are pursuing 4 years degree, or they want to work for a few years and then opt for higher education. Great news. A lot of community college offers associate degree in cybersecurity. And remember those analyst one type of jobs, analyst one, SecOps operations one, two. Those types of job doesn't require that in-depth knowledge before joining the task force. Once you attend few courses and start doing actual job, you can learn a lot on the job. So I highly recommend checking out cybersecurityguide.org to find out about, different cybersecurity programs and associate degree. Now, all of you are in high school, right? You're not heading to college as of now. There are massive online open source courses such as, Coursera, edX, Udemy, They also offer thousands of free courses, and some of them are paid certificates as well. So you can explore different types of university courses offered by different universities, as well as courses offered by different types of vendors such as IBM, Microsoft. That will also give you guys, in-depth knowledge about, certain domains of cybersecurity. The next career option is certifications. So certifications, while somebody is pursuing, associate degree or 4-year college degree or masters, how certificates are different are certificates are created by industry experts, and they are very targeted towards a particular job profile or particular, um, domain of cybersecurity. Those who want to become, auditors, want to work with compliance, they can opt for CISA certificate, or somebody who wants to, follow the ethical hacker track. We have CEH as well as OSCP certification. These certifications in short time, like 3 months, 4 months, they are going to give you guys a lot of hands-on expertise. Whereas college education, that's a more structured approach over longer period, and you slowly explore different domains, right? So please keep in mind the scope. Certificates are highly valued in information security world, especially with those companies who work with government or government agency. In fact, for government careers, it's okay if you don't have a college degree. They are okay with that. But what I have seen in private industry, they give more importance to education as well as the actual expertise of the person and actual knowledge level of the persons than relying on some, certification stamp. So I have seen it all, mixed bag. Usually these certificates are not very expensive, and one can get started with Security Plus if they have not attended any course or nothing. This is a good start. And hit me on LinkedIn if you want to follow a particular career path. I will able to give you guys more detail, in-depth guidance as well. All right, it's 10:30,
Yeah.
so I want to take a break.
Uh,
Surbhi or Kavita, do you
Trupti,
guys
actually,
want to?
yeah, we are not going to do the demo because most of the users are returning users, but we'll take a pause to let our users ask any questions specifically around education and certifications that Trupti just highlighted.
Sure.
We don't want to, wait till the end in case anybody has specific questions relevant to some of the key components of this workshop, right? Because a lot to absorb. Now the point is she went over some of the details about certifications you can do, degrees, importance of those.
Yeah.
Feel free to ask anything. Maybe you took some certification or you're in between taking a course. Share the experience or ask the questions, folks.
Yeah, I think we have a first question here by Nitya. Nitya, thank you so much for asking this question. Do you recommend any particular cybersecurity for high schoolers? Yes. Please surely explore. Um, the MOOC option. Check out Coursera, edX, Udemy. I know one of my intern, he's very curious about artificial intelligence, machine learning, and he had been taking some courses on Udemy to learn about artificial intelligence. So I recommended him go check out the Coursera course on cybersecurity so that he can bring cybersecurity concepts to artificial learning. So if you are learning about, let's say Python or C++ or Java programming language, I highly recommend taking a secure coding class. And because Coursera and other MOOC offers so many different um, courses, it really depends on what you want to do. If you want something super basics, it's Security Plus. Then we have another question by Ethan. Are the test out courses and certification industry standard and relevant to employers nowadays? Yes. I don't know what is the meaning of test out. Kavita, can you enlighten me? What is the meaning of the word test out?
Ethan.
Hi. So Test Out is basically just like a online course. You can, like, I guess they partnered with CompTIA A plus. But I remember I was talking to like a GCU professor, and he was talking about how those Test Out courses and certifications aren't like really relevant. So like for example, you have like Test Out PC Pro or like Test Out Security Pro. It's just basically
Okay.
like a online training
Yeah,
course.
definitely. Definitely. I 100% agree with you, Ethan, and the professor. See, right now, as a high school student, we do not have much knowledge. So anything that can give you some knowledge is great. And certifications are even better because it kind of gives you a validation that this person attended some training, coaching, and passed certain examination to prove his knowledge, his or her knowledge, right? In government world, also certificates are very important when you're pursuing higher education and filling out, applications for your master's degree. These certificates will play role because the admission committee is going to take a look at, okay, what are you really interested in? And we do things if we are really interested, right? So it will be a plus point if you have um, certification.
Yeah, and I thought also another perspective here is right now you all have so much resources that, right from the freshman in the college, all the students start looking out for internships, right? So somebody applying for an internship, just being a freshman in college versus someone who has already started on a security field exploration by doing the certification and such, it just gives a edge, right? And rest of it is all about how you demonstrate your knowledge in the interviews in terms of what is being asked and the depth you show. But in order to get there, to be noticed, I guess these all have huge help. And of course, apart from giving the required knowledge for you guys to take it further in your undergrad, is how I look at as another IT professional in the industry.
Mhm. All right. So I think Kavita, you pretty much answered what Yadu was asking as a high schooler. If somebody has certification and they put the certification on their resume, you immediately stand out, right? Because you have taken efforts to get that certificate, studied for it, passed for it. And now how to convert this into internship. So I have a section on internships and job hunting, and I want to pause there and answer that question here later on. We have one last question and then we'll go back to the education paths. Miss Lynn has asked us, what's the difference between getting a computer science degree with a cybersecurity concentration versus information system degree, typically in the School of Business? Excellent question. Thank you for asking this question. So let's say I'm techie at heart. I enjoy doing programming, building systems, and whatnot. I want to pursue a hardcore technical route. Maybe a computer science degree with cybersecurity concentration makes sense. But if I want to pursue a more of a business career, like I want to be a policy maker, write standards and enforce standards, get into security education and other type of not so technical career but mainly business driven domains of cybersecurity or career paths of cyber security, then information systems degree makes sense because it kind of teaches you about the big picture, right? The laws, the regulation, the compliances, and how to make a entire organization a per PCI compliance or a particular. So this is just slightly different. It all depends on what you want to do. I told this yesterday also. Cybersecurity is as much as business, as much as technical. Great question. Now let's go back to our topic. So we talked about, typical college degree, master's, doctorate, that type of classical path. Especially if somebody wants to pursue a research career, then master's and doctorate degree makes sense. But those who need to, pay for their college bills, they can opt for a 4-year degree. Community college is also option to get started with cybersecurity. Different MOOCs are option. Certification highly, highly recommended, especially in the beginning years. You can tell the difference what you learned at university versus through certification. More hands-on approach is taken. Last and most important, whether you have a college degree or not, cybersecurity is a continuous learning field. We are blessed with more than 300 cybersecurity conferences across the world. Uh, even though I attended my bachelor's and master's back in early 2000, it was very important for me to keep learning over the years. And I relied on these conferences a lot. All of cybersecurity conferences offer, half a day to 2 day to 3 day training workshops where they teach you a specific skill. These are very affordable workshops. When I made a switch from, a more pen testing type of career to a more product security type of career, I relied on a lot of local OAS conferences. Some of the popular conferences that you will see in every single city is BSides, OWASP. DEF CON is a very big conference where almost 50,000 cybersecurity professionals attend. This is usually in the month of August in Vegas. And you can see a lot of courses, hands-on trainings are offered at a very affordable rate. So this is something we have to keep in mind, because cybersecurity is a continuous commitment. 15 years back, I had a bachelor's degree, and 12 years back, I had a master's degree. But machine learning and Gen AI came just now, right? 2, 3 years back. So I had to go to these conferences and learn about these things and keep myself continuously updated. Now, conferences happens once or twice a year in that particular city, right? But how do you keep up with everybody? So there are a lot of chapters, meetup groups, pretty much in every single main city. Austin had 7, 8 cybersecurity groups. I'm now here in the Bay Area. We have like 15, 20 groups. And I have a lot of resources per city, what all different groups are there. If somebody ping me on LinkedIn, I will able to share those extra resources also. But based on your career interest, definitely join one or more meetup groups and start creating that sense of community and belonging. Start networking with people, and this will help you for internship and job search. And I'll cover that just shortly. Besides this, today is the world of Slacks and Discord channels. So there are a lot of cybersecurity Slack channel, WhatsApp groups. You can join them as well. Happy to share a list afterwards on Grad Achievers platform or LinkedIn. Those who are like developers, techies at heart, there are a lot of cybersecurity open source projects. They can join them also and get hands-on project. Usually these open source security projects are not funded. So anybody who is willing to do sincere contribution, they are welcome. And senior people like me mentor and coach them. So this is also a really good way of, getting continuous education. All right, let's launch our second poll. Go ahead and tell me, now that you have learned about all these different types of education paths in cybersecurity, which one you would like to opt for? Bachelor's degree with computer science specialization, master's degree or MBA in cybersecurity, online courses, free or paid, or associate degree or certifications, or simply attending, workshops at cybersecurity conferences. Woohoo! We have almost 35 people responding so far. 10 more seconds. All right, let's take a look at poll results. So looks like many folks are inclined to follow the bachelor's degree with cybersecurity specialization route, and I don't blame you. I did the same and then went for master's. After bachelor's, that's the second highest percentage. Many folks are inclined to do master's or MBA. Very cool, guys. Very cool. I'm surprised to see very few folks wants to opt for associate degree. That could be a start. All right. Thank you, guys. It's okay if you couldn't vote. I just wanted to get feel like what resonates with the crowd. Let's move to the next section, cybersecurity internships. So here is a good news. Because of the cybersecurity breaches, incident, compliance, regulatory obligations. Pretty much every organization have security teams, and security team members are very committed to giving back to the community by offering cybersecurity internships. Because there are a lot of entry level jobs, it's very nice vehicle and platform for senior security leadership to get some interns over summer, see which ones are suitable for the role, for the organization, cultural as well as technical, non-technical fit. And then half of the cybersecurity internships results in full time once the interns complete their degrees. So super important. um, when I was pursuing my master's degree, I definitely kept my eye open, made a list of all the big organization in that area, as well as medium-sized organization. And I didn't limit myself just to, the big names, the big FANGs, or the big four consulting company. I was open for startups, nonprofit organization, and universities, because as a beginner, I I wanted to make sure that my outreach is broader, right? So I would highly recommend those who are currently in college, definitely start making a list of companies that excites you, right? And don't limit yourself to just big companies, but definitely take a look at startups and nonprofits also. Second thing, those who are US citizens, US government agencies have done wonderful job. They have offered multiple avenues through for cybersecurity internship. You guys can take a look at FBI, NIST, DIA, CSTIP, Department of Homeland Security. You will see a lot of internship information listed there. Then I would also recommend taking a look at ISC Square and ISACA. These are the main certification bodies, and they offer certification paths as well as internship. Next one, if somebody, doesn't want to do a structured internship in some organization, we have hundreds of open source security projects. One can contribute to these projects. These projects speak aloud, right? They can help you stand out when 100 people submit resume for, a particular internship or entry level job. So definitely, go to GitHub repository and check out what are the different open source security projects are there. And, you can contribute to these projects while studying, while working somewhere else. You don't have to. And they are equally important as internships, I would say. Last and most important, everybody, please pay special attention. Cybersecurity is a very close-knit community. We have 300 conference, monthly meetup groups, pretty much in every single city, right? So I highly recommend, if this is what you want to do as a career, start attending these local meetup groups on monthly basis, as you will get to know um, the people who are active and form relationships with them, like conversation, ask them for mentorship, ask them for advice, network relentlessly. And many times these people who are already working in cybersecurity, they will tell you, oh, I have internship coming up this summer and that summer, and they will remember you, what are your interests. So networking is very important in cybersecurity world. Now let's talk about the job search part. How are we doing on time? We have 10-11 minutes left.
Yes.
Um, Now I want to take a moment, everybody, all all the folks who are attending. Um, Forget about cybersecurity for a moment. And if you haven't heard about Ikigai, I want you to remember this word. I was introduced to this particular framework when I went to Japan back in 2014. What I saw in Japan is many senior citizens were still working, and they were very proud of the kind of work they were doing. And it was very joyful for them that they don't even want to retire, right? So I dig further after coming back to US, and what I realize is Ikigai is an excellent framework to find a very rewarding, fulfilling career. Now, if you remember, cybersecurity can burn some people out, especially those who are in incident response, those who tackle breaches after breaches, security incident events after one another. It can burn them out. So it's very important to find higher purpose that can motivate us continuously. So what Ikigai is something that you absolutely love and something that you're good at. If you love something but you're not good at, that's not Ikigai. So your hobbies at which you're still learning, that may not be Ikigai. Then what is important in Ikigai is it should have some sort of purpose, like the world should need it and the world is willing to pay for it. So when these four things come together, something that you love, something that you're good at, something that the world needs, something that you can get paid for. Let's say I do a lot of acrylic painting, but I'm not that great at it and I never got paid, right? So that cannot be my Ikigai. Whereas cybersecurity, I'm good at it. I absolutely love it. The world needs it because there are a lot of breaches, there are a lot of jobs out there, and I get paid, right? So that's my Ikigai. When you will do, each one of you will do your Ikigai exercise, please keep in mind it's not just blindly answering these four questions, but also focusing on where you feel the sheer joy, where you feel you're connected with higher purpose, and it's absolutely fulfilling for you. So in layman language, I would say Ikigai is combination of mission, passion, vocation, and profession. And I am 100% sure if like cybersecurity can offer all of this. Now let's focus on how to find a job. First of all, it is very, very important to identify your strengths, interests, and then career track. Let's say somebody is an introvert and they don't enjoy mingling in larger groups, definitely don't enjoy doing presentations and whatnot. I wouldn't recommend them to go become a cybersecurity trainer. If they are good at coding, maybe cybersecurity software developer, right? Or maybe they are good at hacking, they can consider that career track. But it is very, very important to understand what are your inner strengths and core interest, and then choose a career track accordingly. Second one, the Ikigai framework that I just explained, you definitely apply that. Let's say I love doing artist work, animation, but there are not enough jobs or I'm not getting paid to maintain my lifestyle. It may not be my Ikigai, right? Or I need to find something that pays me enough. So super important. Third tip is relentless networking. Whether you're in high school, universities, definitely start going to the local meetup groups, attend one or two conference, even attend your parents' company events where they have career fairs and whatnot. Networking will pay off. As you put yourself out there, people will start recognizing you. And relentless networking doesn't mean showing up everywhere in person, physically, but it also means creating your presence on LinkedIn, posting stuff that you care about, expressing opinions fearlessly. It also means, participating in conference as a speaker or building your website and highlighting your, work portfolio, what you have done. Um, Career fairs are everywhere. They are in universities. They are offered by, government agencies. They are at pretty much 80% of the conferences. So definitely go attend those career fairs. At conferences, you will also see capture the flag. If you win these type of tournaments, they have a lot of weightage, and you can put it on your resume and it will help you stand out. Those who have the developer mindsets and who wants to build features, product, open source security projects offer all of it. So definitely check those out as well. Once you learn about something and you feel comfortable, don't just keep that knowledge with you. Go ahead, write about it, do public speaking, do volunteering, and let other people also know your, expertise. Everything counts. Trust me, guys. I already talked about LinkedIn. Once you become comfortable, you have a decent resume on LinkedIn, and once you start posting stuff, start reaching out to experts and seasoned professionals. You will be amazed how many people really want to help the next generation. If you reach out to four or five, at least one or two will respond back. You will be amazed how many people are willing to take your resume and give you referral in their company. So yeah, take full advantage of LinkedIn platform. There are a lot of cybersecurity startups, and the bar of getting into cybersecurity startup is not that high as getting into fangs like Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Meta. So I definitely recommend, let's say you're 4 months into your job search and you're not able to find job in your dream company, then consider joining startups as well as, non-profit organization, university jobs, government agencies, and whatnot. Following are some of the job boards: LinkedIn, Indeed. CyberSN is an exclusive platform that offers cybersecurity jobs listings. Then CodeRate Partners is also another recruiting agency that exclusively offers cybersecurity job opportunities. So definitely check these out, and do not ever forget about networking. All right, with this, let's launch our next poll. Where are in your cybersecurity career journey? Are you about to start? You're already studying cybersecurity, looking for internships, looking graduated and looking for job opportunities. So I'm going to share the results with everybody. More than 50% are about to start. So great. Mission accomplished. The main audience for this workshop was high schoolers who are about to start so that they can take more informed decision. Then 25% are already studying cybersecurity. 8 and 11. So total 20% are looking for internships and job opportunities. So feel free to hit me on LinkedIn, and I may able to help you with some guided directions. All right. These are some of the resources for continuous learning. Whether you're doing bachelor's degree, master's, doctorate, certification, whatever it is, I highly recommend these top four standard bodies. First one is NIST. This will give you the big picture, cybersecurity, different domain specific security best practices, guidance on different compliance. Next one is MITRE ATT&CK. Those who are the red teamers, those who want to become hackers and penetration tester, this is a great resource for you guys to learn about real world attacks and methodologies tooling. Third one is OWASP. That's Open Web Application Security Project. It's a non-profit organization, and they are doing fantastic job. Since I started my career back in 2002, 2003, they have so many resources, whether it is machine learning, cryptography, web application security, secure coding guidelines. They keep themselves up to date, and they also have a lot of open source project. Last one is the government resource, CISA. Definitely check out. Besides that, depending on which domain you want to follow, whether it's cryptography, application security, or software security, or privacy engineering, you can follow blogs by industry leaders, vendors, and you can also follow some domain specific blogs, right? Do not forget about conferences and meetup groups. You can take advantage of a lot of hands-on workshop at a very discounted rate, and certifications probably by this time you know it all, right? So yeah, today we talked about what is cybersecurity, why it is important, and if we don't follow the cybersecurity best practices, how security breaches can happen. Yesterday we covered different roles and responsibility and career paths, and today we covered the different education paths, how to go about finding internships and doing job search, and most important, the Ikigai framework. With that, I want to stop and launch the last poll of this workshop. Was this cybersecurity career education path workshop useful to you guys? Um, was it just a good overview or somewhat useful? If there is anything we can do better, definitely get in touch with Kavita and Surbi and Ritu, the Grad Achiever co-founders, and let them know.
And while they take the poll, Trupti, there was a question regarding where to find the local meetup groups.
Excellent question. Let me share a link. I'll share a link in just 2 minutes.
All right.
And let me share the results of poll. Here we go. So looks like almost 90%, 95% people felt this was a good overview and useful. And few people felt more detailed information is needed. So folks, just simply open your LinkedIn app, add me, and I'm more than happy to provide you specific information that you're seeking for. So definitely connect with me on LinkedIn.
Yeah. And also other thing you could do is on the Grad Achiever, just log in and share on your post things that really caught to you and things that you had hoped to learn and we couldn't touch on, right? If you share those, definitely would love to bring Trupti again, depending on her schedule, to follow up any of the gaps that you would like to get answered from her.
All
And
right.
then can you repeat the organizations for internship opportunities was another question. I hope Trupti shared the slide twice. Again, this slide will be posted on Grad Achiever
Yeah.
later.
And I can go over that, but before that, I want to answer this question. Where can we find local meetup groups, right? So all you have to do is simple Googling, and CyberSN has created a lot of resources, uh, blogs, podcast, videos, events. They also have special cybersecurity events for minority. Most of these are online. Some of these are in person as well. So definitely take a look at that. And let's say I am in the Bay Area. Simply search for, Bay Area cybersecurity meetups, and you will find. Let me actually show it to you.
Eventbrite is also another good option.
Which one?
Eventbrite.
Yeah, Eventbrite. So here you can see I have simply done meetup and cybersecurity. Austin, Texas has a very wonderful cybersecurity conference called LastCon. Definitely take a look at that. And ISC Square has ISACA ISC Squares. They have local chapters. B-Sides conference is in every big city. So is OAS conference. I highly recommend high schoolers to participate in these group conference because these are mostly on weekends, and by attending these workshops or conference, they can form connections with other industry experts, and they can get little bit in-depth knowledge that may not be being taught in universities as of today. I think, Anish, you can opt for BBA and cybersecurity because remember I said cybersecurity is as much as business as much as its technical field. So yes.
All right, one last question in the poll. We would love to know what topics you would like us to bring to you guys from the grad achievers side. Please share the topics because, like we said, this is the platform we are creating to help the high school students because not many resources are available, guidances are available. So, only when you ask, we'll be able to check and bring. Similarly, that exactly what happened with cybersecurity. All right, then we are a few minutes over here, but again,
Actually, I have some resources that I want to share. Let me see if I can share with the audience. Or maybe Kavita, you can email them later on.
yes.
Let me show you what are the resources because somebody asked us what are the local groups, right? So I actually have list of local groups here. So this is for Washington area, East Coast. These are the different cybersecurity chapters, meetup groups. COAS, ISC Square, ISSA, ISACA. Yeah. And then I probably have for few more metropolitan groups. Virginia City, again, East Coast, lot of local chapters. Those who are looking for jobs, I highly recommend showing up here, having conversation with real experts. Many times you will find, hiring managers there who can give you information about upcoming jobs opportunity. This is Oregon. You can see same names again and again. Besides OAS, Day of Security, Secure World. So every major city have this type of resources available. And I would like to request, Kavita, those who have registered to Grad Achievers, please send them my Ikigai paper, Ikigai for Cybersecurity Professional. Whatever you learn in yesterday and today, it's very nicely summarized in that paper. Anish, there are a lot of groups in Dallas, yes. All you have to do is just Google. All right, I'm around if anybody has questions. I hope I answered Pooja's question yesterday about internships and job search.
Yes, you did. It was really very informative. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Pooja, and let's stay in touch over LinkedIn.
All right, then I
Yes, I'll surely message you in LinkedIn. Yeah, thank you.
thanks, Pooja. Looks like we are done with the questions and we are safe to wrap up this session. Thank you, everybody, again for joining the session and keeping it so interactive. And Trupti, huge kudos to you for driving your passion and allocating your weekends to inspire a lot of youth out there. Truly appreciate it. And we look forward to having more sessions with you as and how you find anything new in this domain that you think our high schoolers should know. We are here to conduct these and facilitate these sessions. Again, appreciate your time, Trupti. Thanks, everybody. Don't forget to start leveraging and making gratitude your day-to-day tool to help yourself and others, everybody. Have a good rest of the weekend.